Okay then guys, what's going on? Clown Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're inside of Hogwarts Legacy and we have got so much going on in the scene, but we're going to be talking about plans for DLC. This is a really high topic right now and a lot of people are talking about it, so we're going to dive on in and give you guys the information that you need to know. With that being said, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on, it'd be greatly appreciated. Also, when we hit 50,000 subscribers, which is getting close, we're giving away an Xbox Series S plus a game of your choice, and if you want to get involved with that, head down to the description and follow me on either Instagram or Twitter. Make sure you're a subscriber here on the channel. Leave a comment on the video with your username and the platform you follow me on, and we can dive onto it. Now, the talks of DLC has become something of a bit of a myth, and we're starting to look at how this could be taken for future referencing. Now, there was an article on Forbes written by an old friend of mine, Paul Tassi, which actually posted up the Hogwarts Legacy has no plans for DLC, which seems like a mistake. Now, it does seem like a really strange mistake that they seem to be making, even though they do on the main opening screen have an additional content tab at the bottom. We're going to be taking a look at what's being said and how we can interpret it. Now, Paul Tassi goes on to state that Hogwarts Legacy fans hoping for new future content for the game may have to assume themselves with multiple playthroughs with different houses for a while. According to the game's developer, Avalanche, DLC ain't coming for any time soon, if ever. They actually stated themselves via the game development team that we've been really heads down bringing Hogwarts Legacy to life, said the game director Alan Tu at IGN's FanFest. So at the moment there are no current plans for DLC. Now, if we actually break the sentence down, because obviously we know full well that directors and game developers and all of these sorts of people have to be really careful on how they word things based on a PR movement, he actually states so at the moment, and there are no current plans. Now, when we look at the way that the game is actually going, we do seem to forget, most of us who are on the current gen consoles of PS5 or Xbox Series S and X, PCs, the game hasn't even completely launched across all platforms yet, with a launch date for old gen consoles in April and no sign of it's coming to the Switch until the 25th of July. What does this actually mean? It means that they're going to be focusing primarily on this as a movement overall, and that they are going to have to obviously prioritize that because they obviously have those promises that they have to adhere to. So at the moment, what we do know is that we have the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox Series actually going to be their main motivation for right now. This is going to be their biggest push, and when it does launch on those consoles, we know full well that they're going to have issues with this. They're going to have bugs, they're going to have glitches, crash problems, and these are going to happen on the old generation consoles, mainly because we've seen via the PC and the new generation consoles exactly how hard it has been to keep this thing running smoothly, let alone running smoothly on old software and old hardware. So this is going to be their main motivational push, and then after they manage to get through that dusty storm, they're going to then have to approach the Switch, which I don't even know how it's going to be doable personally, but so we're going to see exactly how that one pans out. But it takes us to about 41-42 days before we actually see any movement in the game whatsoever. Maybe a couple of patches here and there, but I'll be surprised if we see absolutely anything at all. But the statement, so at the moment there are no current plans for DLC, would imply to me that they're not approaching it at the moment because the full launch of this game hasn't even happened yet, and they'd obviously have to respect the basis that they still have a player base that they have to adhere to. With that being said though, does that mean that DLC is off the cards? Absolutely not, although the industry does feel like it's kind of somewhat shifted away from DLCs a little bit compared to the way that they used to produce games. A lot more things like maybe Spider-Man Miles Morales or something like that, which Paul Tassi actually spoke about in this article, does seem to be a really good sort of like overall aspect of an open world single-playered story game that ended up just going into a sequel, which we could see with Hogwarts Legacy 2, although I'd be extremely surprised if that was the case, with it having a really high prediction of sales being at about 10 and 20 million copies this year alone. It does seem like a bit of a mistake if they're not looking towards the DLC, because this game has been received extremely well. I want to know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Let me know whether you guys think we should run on a DLC movement, or if you'd want to wait for a sequel to come out afterwards of a Hogwarts Legacy 2. Me, myself, give me little bits of gameplay here and there, give me a little bit more via the DLCs. If you release one maybe every 6 months, I think that would even suckle up to my necessary needs of this game, and I'm still on my second run through as we've been trying to absolutely dive on deep into as many things that we can find. If there are any nits and grits you want to talk about here on the channel, let me know via the comment section below and you may be featured in the next video. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate all your faces, but if you haven't already, slap that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, and get involved in today's giveaway. Appreciate you all, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.